Hi. Well, I saw that Thomas Markle was taken to a hospital and supposedly diagnosed with a stroke or a heart attack and is in hospital care. I was very suspicious about all of this because I had expected this activity to take place either before or during the Queen's Jubilee, because I knew he was desperate for attention, and the Queen's Jubilee was going to give him an opportunity to get that attention. Naturally, I hope this is another paparazzi scheme that he's cooked up with his photographer friend Karl, the same person who got him in trouble before Meghan's wedding. I'd rather think that than think that he's having a real health problem. Now, granted, Thomas Markle is out of shape. He's obese, his skin color is bad, and I'm sure that he's a great candidate for a real heart attack or some other health problem, because he's had a lot of health traumas over his life. So that would not be unexpected, especially given his age. But this was just something I had predicted all along. So it makes me very skeptical, and I'm going to think that this is another media attention act that he has cooked up with his paparazzi friend, Karl. I figured that Thomas would probably go to England for the Jubilee and then create a health problem over there, which would gather a lot of attention. And since he would be close to Meghan, and maybe he could even intercept the Jubilee celebration parade, that he might seek attention through that mode. But a lot of the media in Britain would have been really happy if they could have dragged Thomas to England and staged a cardiac problem for him on one of their TV shows. Those guys would have loved that, and that would have gotten them the attention they wanted and the ability to talk about Meghan and Harry even more and use Thomas once again as a pawn, and more abuse by the paparazzi. But I also suspected Thomas, because I knew he didn't really want to fly over to England. Let's face it, that Jubilee is going to be very hot. There's going to be a lot of walking. There are going to be huge crowds, and it's not a place for a man like Thomas, his age, physically unfit, and so forth. It's not going to be fun for him. So I figured he was probably going to stage something so that he wouldn't have to go to the Jubilee. So when I read that he had, quote unquote, a heart attack or stroke, I figured this was his attention getter. And it's right before Meghan is set to fly off to England to celebrate with her relatives. So I looked at the picture that was posted about Thomas on a gurney. That picture looks very suspicious. It does not look like he's under medical care. That could be easily staged. He's on a gurney. We don't really see any medical personnel, and the only thing he has on his face is a breathing bag, and it doesn't even look like it's hooked up to anything. There are a lot of other things that should be going on to help him if he really had a stroke or a heart attack. So seeing the picture made me even more skeptical that this event is real. Thomas Markle has had a lot of problems separating from his daughter. He is so connected to her that he cannot stand to see her go off and have a life of her own with a husband and children. He's going to keep interrupting and doing acts as much as he can to gain her attention forever. This could be a comedy show if it weren't all so pitiful. And he has dementia, let's face it. And so he's easy prey for all of the paparazzi and other people who want to use him for media attention and to make money. Now, his paparazzi friend Karl has been begging for money on YouTube. So I'm sure a lot of people have been sending Karl and Thomas money for their Jubilee trip expenses. But I didn't think Karl really wanted to go to the Jubilee either. So this is a way of Karl and Thomas being able to get out of going to the Jubilee and being able to pocket all of the money that was donated to them by their supporters for the Jubilee trip. Now, I know it sounds cynical, but I've just been watching this man for a long time. And I think this is just a repeat of the media attention he tried to generate before Meghan's wedding. Chaos, commotion, hatred, and just stirring up the family, spewing more and more hatred, vile thoughts at each other. It's a terrible scene, but you're not able to pick your family members. You're just born brothers and sisters, and there's nothing you can do about it. Your relatives are your relatives, and you have to just do what you can. This would be a great chance for Samantha and Thomas Jr. and all of their children to come together and visit their granddad, because he really doesn't know some of those kids, and this will be a great opportunity for them to all come to his home and spend June with granddad Thomas Markle. And I think he would enjoy that. And they can watch Meghan and Harry on television as the Jubilee goes on in England. I do not think Meghan should in any way postpone her trip to England. She has duties as a royal to be in England and to stand with the royal family. She must try to repair the damage she has done in the past and try to create better relationships with her husband's family. All in all, I think Thomas Markle will do well if he stays in the hospital during the Jubilee, and the medical personnel can make sure he doesn't get too excited at watching the activities over in England. On the other hand, he might be a great candidate for a nursing home where medical personnel can monitor his environment, make sure that the paparazzi don't bother him on a regular basis, provide him with a quiet environment, and make sure he can enjoy relationships with his friends and family in a much better way than he is doing on his own in Rosarita. So I will be watching to see if this is a real health problem or if this is more paparazzi mess created by Thomas and his paparazzi friend Karl. We wish the best for all of the Markles, and we hope that they all go to church and try to resolve their individual problems and seek mental health counseling and therapy. Thomas Markle lying on that gurney looks pretty pitiful. I mean, all he has attached to him is a mask. I don't see any other medical equipment. His head's up, and he looks like he's bossing the medical people around. This is not the picture that you would see with somebody who's having a stroke or a heart attack. I think Mr. Markle's just going to have to face it. The Queen, Prince Charles, and the other royals are going to have absolutely no interest in meeting this man who only brings drama, chaos, paparazzi, and problems. He's going to have to learn to live as a regular American outside of the royal family. I don't think Mr. Markle fits in the royal family. I don't think Mr. Markle and Charles will be bonding, and we'll see how it goes. Talk to you later. Bye.